Good day, traders. I trust you're well and that you can hear me quite clearly. My connection seems to be a little bit slow from my side, but we should be able to broadcast. So I'm going to stop the video and I'll pop back in just before we go, just to make sure we streamline effectively. Okay, so this is UK 100. Presently, we have a double top. This yellow block is the first candle of the session, of the European session. The exchange opened. So we have a double top with that. And we have a lower high double top. So it's setting up for a short. And what would I want to do? So if we close down beneath here, and we can either wait for a pullback, see if we get a pullback. Sometimes the market just sells off and you don't get the pullback. Wait for a pullback and then sell the pullback. Or, if we close beneath EMA second candle, you can sell beneath that. And then you have options for a choice, for a stop, either immediately above it or a little bit higher on this lower high. So we will look at it presently. Let's just go through the indexes. This is DAX 30 from the open, gone sideways. Big breakout, looked like the bears would sell off, but they failed to sell off. So there's still an opportunity for both sides, actually, because although we get into a double top, it hasn't clearly formed as yet. So bulls can still accelerate up. All they need to do is break out above the high of the double top. And if they do that, then we need to go through the same motions. Either you buy the breakout with a wide stop or wait for a pullback. And once you get the pullback, you can then buy that with a tighter stop. Something else happening within here. It's just a bit of a small wedge in 1, 2, 3 attempts to break out above what is presently, or what was the high of the session, kind of gone above it. So bears want this to be a strong level of resistance and to sell off. Bulls, of course, want to break out above it. So we're just in that zone where we've got to keep our eye on it. We'll flip through pretty quickly, just for time, so that if you're preparing, you will know what to look out for. Swiss 20 had some decent sell opportunities earlier on, but unfortunately they didn't work out. So this is the open little micro wedge top here, 3 attempts to go up. Then big sell-off, decent enough signal here. But if you'd taken that, put your stop there, would have been stopped out. If you put a wider stop in, if you decided to do that, you'd still be probably just sitting in the trade. But the good thing is for the bears, after that sell-off, we have this 2-bar reversal. We have double top information just there. I said information, this candle has to close for it to be a double top. If it does go above it, then, that level is not holding. So if it becomes a bear candle, then again, they'll be looking to sell off. Quick look before we look at the currencies, at the American indexes. First candle tried to sell off, now in a tight channel pullback. And again, the key level is obviously high of the session so far, or that lower high after, where we had the big sell-off. This channel, though there's two-sided price sessions, very strong for the bulls. So bulls are pretty strong to create a channel like that. So they obviously want a break above the channel. If they get that, then that sets them up nicely, for a lot more buying throughout the day. So again, what we said earlier on, if you see something like this, if you want to sell beneath that candle, you can. You put a stop above here if you want to above here, or you can wait for a pullback. If you'd waited for a pullback, well, the pullback never came, so you probably wouldn't have entered the trade. 5-minute candle just closed. Let's just go to UK 100. Okay, so we're having a lower high coming after the double top, which is a pretty good sales signal for the bears. Close, just beneath the EMA. So the bears just want one more close, and then they can consider starting to sell. And again, you get options, like we said, sell beneath that or wait for a pullback. So let's see what this kind of closes like in a few minutes' time. Dow Jones. So Dow was in a channel, in a trading range when I put this earlier on. So we broke above that trading range. And they have broken, although it's a double top, slightly higher high double top. These highs are slightly higher than that. But this level has been defended. These candles, they are small, but the fact that we're going down that bull candles is good for the bears. The bears, all they want to see is with this slight pullback, just a bear candle accelerating beneath here. And if we do that, then they're going to start to think, well, there's opportunities to go lower for the rest of the day. But the fact that it's a double top, bulls, all they need is to create a higher low here. Okay, they create a higher low and take out that high, then we're back to a bullish market. So the next candle or so is pretty decisive in terms of which direction the market wants to go. So we'll come back and have a look at that. Let's look at currencies. Aussie. Okay, so currencies are 24/7, so the open doesn't really matter, but I just put it in to see when I came into the market. We had a decent enough sell-off opportunity here, and you could have tried to get in there. That would have been relatively decent. The break of that candle, but it failed. So if you put your stop in here, you'd have been stopped out. If it kept a wider stop, you probably still be in. So what bears will be looking for here is at least a trend candle. Okay, so these dodges are fine, but what the bears want at least is a trend candle. If they get a trend candle closing near its low, that confirms that market is bearish. Anything with small tails is good enough. And then they can look to sell, either sell on that or the pullback. Let's look at, so that's Aussie versus the dollar. Let's look at New Zealand versus the dollar. We are beneath the EMA, selling off, but we need to see strong trend candles. What I'm saying now, when you're here, that was a decent enough candle, breakout pullback. What happened. So if you're taking that with your stop maybe above here or above this lower high, probably should still be in the trade, depending on what happened with the spread. That's another trend candle. So again, that would be another opportunity. Trend candle, small tail on top because we're bearish is fine as long as we're closing near low. So reasonable enough. Or, wait to see if I should get a big breakout and then a pullback. Euro versus the dollar. Bears trying to control the market after the sell-off, but we're going sideways, and now we are above the EMA. What would make the euro bearish for longer? So you can take any lower high. Okay, if that lower high is respected, we get a breakout lower high and we start to sell off. That would be good for a bearish market. If we continue sideways, then we just have to wait to see if we do get a breakout. Now, I'm jumping to present price action. Anywhere within here, breakout pullbacks, that probably would have been a decent enough attempt for you to get in. So if you had decided to take this, I don't know if it was the same time as that Aussie setup that would have stopped us out, put an entry above there, you would still be in the trade and just waiting to see if it works out for you. Then that would have been a pretty good entry. versus dollar, pound versus dollar. Okay, so selling off, trading range. But now we're breaking out beneath the trading range. So this again will present a good opportunity if you want to sell. So all we need, we're breaking out, we need a breakout candle. And then we'll see if the market gives us a follow through, then you might need to get in and sell early because you might just continue to sell off for the pullback, or you sit and you wait to see if a pullback comes your way. Another candle closed, we were looking at UK 100. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. The bears didn't give us the follow through candle. So right now, we need to wait a little bit more because the bears have been strong. They've had a little, it's a small candle. Then we know, okay, opportunity. After the double top lower high, let's sell off. Well, let's hope that there's greater sell off. But because we didn't get it, we need to wait. If the bulls accelerate and take this out, this previous high, and close above it, then they're setting up for a lot more buying for the rest of the day. Currencies versus USD versus other currencies, CAD. Okay, so after the sell-off, now, this bit of an example of where you may need to make a decision. So if you're waiting, double top and saying, okay, oh, it's starting to sell off. Let me wait to see if I'll get a pullback. You may not get the pullback. Here we got, but it didn't trigger. Then it's gone sideways. Or if you're quite happy with the structure, then you need to sell, and if you're selling here and you put a tight stop, and it could have been stopped out, if you want to let your trade work, which is also something, you need to learn to do, or you just close it. Now, where would you put your stop? So if you're taking the trade up in here, let me say I'm going to take a breakout beneath that. Tight stop will be just above it. That's a very tight stop. You can get stop out quite easy because of spread. Or you just go find the nearest level and you put your stop above there. Right now, because we're going sideways, it's probably best to wait. You'll probably notice that most markets are going sideways, which means the markets are in breakout mode. So after failing to create a breakout that's already on its way since the open, if we've entered into a trading range, then it's probably best just to seize and wait to see if the market does accelerate up. You could have tried to jump in earlier. That's perfectly fine. But now you see in trading range, then it's best to wait. So this is USD versus the Swissy. And again, trading range price action. We need to see how we're going to come out of it. Will the market spend the day like this until whatever close of the market? The probabilities of that happening are very low. So it's worthwhile if you're still in working mode, keep a lookout and see what we get. Swissy, last one. Okay, again, trading range. There's no minimal target to take profit. You got to decide where you want to take your profits based on the structure of the market. So if you took a trade, argument's sake, let's say you were triggered into a short here, and it starts to do this. So in other words, the short is going your way, and we're staying beneath the EMA, the 10 EMA, then it's best to do your best to try and let your trade work. Okay, because you might just get rewarded by a big bear breakout at some point and get more profit than to say, let me take early profits. The other side of it, of course, is you don't know what the market is going to do. So if it does that and then it starts to come back against you, do you exit or do you rely on your stop? Best thing is to learn to rely on your stop. Just wait on your stop, because if you say, well, I'm going to get out and then it starts to sell off, okay, I'll just do another. And it starts to sell off way before your stop gets hit, then you're going to say, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have. Shall I jump in? Shall I wait? It becomes easier to make mistakes. So rather let your trade work out in as long as it takes. And if you set a stop level where you're saying, if I'm wrong, I'm able to be stopped out, then it's okay to get to that level and get stopped out. Then the other thing you have to manage is your maximum risk for the day. So I hope I answered that question. All right. So we are at the top of the hour. Let's just have a quick last look at okay, so interesting. Bulls want to break out and fail it. The tried here went a little bit higher above the open. They've tried again. So we are still in the trading range. Right now what we have is a little wedge. Oh, it's not a little, it's quite large, but it's little in terms of, it's not big 1, 2, 3 that you can just see. But the market tried once up here, went up, came down. Second time, third time. So if the bears are able to accelerate down here, then this 3 push pattern is a pretty high probability pattern if it gets follow through for you to look to sell. So keep that in mind. And yeah, Germany is coming off, so there's another opportunity there. What else can I see? Yeah, I think let's keep that in mind. I want to say let's keep watching. Let's keep that in mind. Pretty bearish now at the moment. Question is, will you get a setup to jump in? If you do, put your stop in, take the chance, and let's see what if the probability is working in your favor. All right, guys. Thank you very much, Marlon. Thank you, sir, for hosting us. And we'll see everyone next week. Take care and bye-bye.